Hello, my dear English teaching fraternity of Assam, Andhra Pradesh. Welcome back to our regular updates regarding our training programs and ongoing textbook aspects, right? So, in this short video, as a part of our upcoming training program for the high school level English teachers, we are going to have a topic called English textbooks updates and pedagogical revamp. So we have witnessed that class 6, class 7, class 8 English textbooks have been changed and in line with the NEP 2020 and in line with the NCERT curriculum, the textbooks have been redesigned and have been introduced for the academic year 2026-27 onwards. So we will see the important aspects and briefly I will be updating these aspects in the form of PPT, right? So let's have a cursory glance, and the caption of this entire session is a comprehensive guide to transitioning from rote memorization to competency based joyful language learning. So this is an exact caption that has been given for the entire PPT, which was officially shared by our SCRT personnel, right? So let us discuss the vision aligning with NEP 2020 and NCF School Education 2023. So what are the three important things here? Four important things. Competence based education, which involves the competencies and knowledge driven and multilingual contextual, right? So here our Indian country is pluralistic in terms of languages, regional media and other cultural aspects, and from state to state the context differs, right? So contextual and experiential learning, so students getting involved physically by learning, doing and learning the concepts and assimilating, accommodating the new concepts with activity based learning activities, and as well as providing the PAROC continuous assessment, which is nothing but CBA, competence based assessment. So focusing on the interaction, exploration, analysis, expression, cultivating confident communicators and providing the opportunities for critical thinking and making the students more empathetic citizens, right? So in the process of learning, right? So now without any further ado, let's get into the next slide, which is having the 10 pillars of the కరికులం ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్. సో ఈ కరికులం చేంజెస్లో ఈ యొక్క మెయిన్ ఆస్పెక్ట్స్ని మనము వన్ బై వన్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకొని దీది ఏ విధంగా లింక్ చేసాము టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ సంబంధించి, ఎస్పెషల్లీ క్లాస్ 6 టు క్లాస్ 8. సో number 1 is as part of NEP and NCF alignment, it is competence based learning and is learner centered approach, promoting active ownership, promoting autonomy and promoting students independently using and learning the language inherently with the more of activities and assessment tasks. So in our previous textbooks, the number of lessons were very high and the activities were very low. Now the number of lessons have been drastically reduced and the activities were given more importance, right? So this is the learner centered approach example. Then thematic, so every unit will have one theme which is very broad in aspects and covering some kind of values and thematic inferences, merging language, values and art. Then the content has been rationalized, streamlined to reduce cognitive overload. So this is another aspect. And innovative pedagogy, which is activity plus experiential, and it also included readiness program before the commencement of the actual syllabus, then followed by providing remedial teaching for targeted students, slow learners, for rising and other low profile students, so foundational interventions, then followed by inclusive education, providing equal opportunities, targeting the holistic development of students, including academic, social, emotional and ethical aspects, then transforming classrooms into joyful learning spaces. So these are the 10 pillars of the curriculum transformation. Now let's get back to our actual textbooks of class 6 to 8. So there are 6 dimensions of language. So let me here expand the word CZ, which means curricular goals, right? Curricular goals. Here, number 1, reading, developing independent reading comprehension and summarizing skills across varied texts. సో మనకు ఉన్నటువంటి క్లాసెస్ 6 to 8 టెక్స్ట్ బుక్స్లో ఈ రీడింగ్ ఆస్పెక్ట్స్ అనేది పఠనా సామర్థ్యం అనేది అటు వర్డ్ లెవెల్, సెంటెన్స్ లెవెల్ అండ్ మీనింగ్ లెవెల్, అండ్ దీన్ని ఇట్ షుడ్ బి ఫోకసింగ్ ఆన్ ది సమ్మరైజింగ్ స్కిల్స్ అండ్ ద కాంప్రహెన్షన్ ఎబిలిటీ. నెక్స్ట్, CZ2 is writing, attaining the ability to write thoughts, feelings and experiences of social events. We have these discourses concepts that will entail the curricular goal 2. Then curricular goal 3, under speaking, effective communication for questioning, describing, analyzing and responding. So under speaking, let's reflect, we have these communicative activities. Then curricular goal is literature, which is very important of English language teaching, exploring different literary devices, figures of speech, forms of literature, right, such as poetry, then various genres of text such as interview, conversation, drama, novel, narratives, conversations, essays and etc., right. So then the curricular goal 5 is the language development, including the basic linguistic aspects, words, vocabulary, sentences, then structural grammatical items for oral and written expressions. Then followed by the phonetics part, which is appreciating distinctive features of including alphabet, sounds, rhymes, puns and wordplay, right. So here it covers the tonality and word stress and other aspects of the language. So dear viewers, under curricular goals, our textbooks have been redesigned basing on the NCF and NEP guidelines. So next is thematic progression, right. So let us see the themes of class 6 to class 8 textbooks. Here grade 1, grade 6 is fables and folk tales, friendship, nurturing nature, sports and wellness, culture and tradition. These are the 6 thematic elements of the class 6 textbooks. And grade 7 is learning together, wit and humor, dreams and discoveries, travel and adventure, brave hearts. These are the 6 main themes of the grade 7 or class 7 textbooks, right. So titled honey bloom. So grade 6 is spring bloom, grade 7 is honey bloom and grade 8 is blooming minds. But under the NCERT Purvi series, these books have been redesigned. Then grade 8 or class 8 themes are wit and wisdom. The first lesson is the wit that one hurts, Krishnadevaraya quotes and Tenali Rama's wisdom lesson. Values and dispositions, mystery and magic, environment, and finally 5th theme is science and curiosity. So dear viewers, let us now discuss, we have discussed the themes. Now we will move on to the anatomy of chapter, the letters, right, the letters part of the textbook. So here letters includes one chapter of unit includes let us explore. So let us here first is activation, let us do, connect prior knowledge, then let us read, understand and connect and theme, then let us discuss, share ideas, let us think and reflect, reasoning, analysis, personal values, then expression, which are very important for the communication part, curricular goal. Let us learn grammar and vocabulary, let's listen, let's speak, fluency, let us write, creativity. Then extension is let us explore, experiential, project based discovery beyond the given textbook. So these are the anatomy of our parts or components of the chapter with the title letters, right. This is the learning cycle. Now let us discuss the experiential tools for joyful learning, right. So here class 6 and class 7 we have these titles of the textbooks, and here we go with these competence based questions in all lessons, local context content, connecting learning to lived experiences, prior examples, prior experiences, phonetic examples on mind maps, then lesson wise learning outcomes, brief notes on authors and poets for literary appreciation, and contextual illustrations to support the students' comprehension, right? So the readiness program is bridging the gap, and grade 6 35 days, grade 7 and 8 13-day transition, having these minimal language aspects for coping with the actual academic syllabus, right? So bridging the learning gaps and activating the prior knowledge. So for this academic year, the textbooks are new, so that's why the readiness program activities are not at all sounding logical because of the newness in this. So next year for class 8, class 7 topics have been will be helpful for the revision and for the readiness program of the class 8. So please do understand that. Then grade level expectations, then followed by rationalization, less overload and deeper learning. This is the main tagline of the new textbook, streamlining the syllabus. So removed content and focused learning, deeper engagement and competence based learning. So here grade 10, these are the different lessons that were removed. For grade 9, these two lessons were removed, and more on for class 9 and 10. This is regarding higher classes. So now let us have another aspect of teacher handbooks which were prepared in line with NEP and NCF 2023 covering the CBI, right? CBI, it's very difficult word. CBI, don't think that no, police department CBI. So here competence based instruction, translating learning outcomes into actionable teaching strategies, then pedagogical planning, classroom transaction, then leading to assessment practices. So formative to monitor progress and beyond rote testing. So in our channel we are uploading the entire CBA pattern, MCQ pattern with Bloom's taxonomy of different levels from knowledge, understanding, applying, analysis and creating. All these levels you can access there. And the next aspect of the curriculum revamp is introducing no back day activities even for the high school level, promoting joyful learning beyond books. So with the clickers, stress reducing activities, promoting creativity and innovative activities with the language, games and gamification, introducing AI, strengthening social skills and teamwork, then connecting learning life with real life experiences, then finally developing life skills beyond textbooks. So a dedicated day every Saturday to reduce stress and creativity, an activity based environment where students practice English in real life context with the realia and with other outside activities without the pressure of traditional textbooks. So here we go with the roadmap of the first 6 months, June to November, in this way: building confidence, assessing baseline, then handwriting, spell bee, readiness, letter formation, readability, then reading aloud, pronunciation, fluency, comprehension. Then in the month of September, creativity, imagination, oral narration. Then October, essay writing, group discussion, debate, promoting critical thinking, organizing thoughts. Then November, role play, skits, spell bee, real life interactive language use, games and vocabulary accuracy activities. So here are the suggested activities for the Saturday no back day activities. So here comes the pedagogical toolkit for targeted language games. So here vocabulary and spelling, word chain game, speaking and fluency, picture description, grammar and questioning, sentence building, race for grammar, dumb charades for comprehension and expression, synonym antonym challenge, rapid fire questions for fluency, word guess games, story completion activities for creativity, role plays and spelling bees, right? So here are the different activities for the creative language aspect. So in practice here, dumb charades, objective is understanding meaning and expression, skills developed or speaking, comprehension and interpretation, right? Step 1 student is given a textbook, a word or sentence. Then the students act silently, others guess in English. So here act it out. Is it a bird? Is it running? Is it dancing? So guess in English is dancing. Then rules: no speaking or writing, only actions allowed, and 1 minute time limit, right? So let us have this kind of small tiny activities, because small gains are the actual gains in the linguistic development. So here the tip goes: reinforce learning by strictly using current textbook vocabulary. We can write. So the ecosystem of the entire textbook's unified transformation is the holistic learner development, with the curriculum revamp, for textbooks redesigning, conducting readiness program, providing teacher handbooks, and providing no back day activities for the entire curriculum transactional process. So coming together is a beginning, and staying together is progress, and working together is success, and achieving the learning outcomes of the students is our real goal of the entire curriculum. So wish you all very happy learning and keep learning. Please do subscribe to our channel and do share with your friends for more English enriching content. So with this we conclude our today's video, and more videos will be uploaded for our enrichment, right? So wish you all happy learning and keep learning. Do take care. Jai Hind.